when I was vegetarian, I used to make the most amazing lasagna, vegetable lasagna, with all of the bechamel sauce and the vegetables, and have it all in layers, and with the tomato sauce that took ages to make. Since going whole food plant-based, I decided that I still want to be able to have this sort of lasagna without the cheese and without the sort of creamy sauce, but I've come up with a really cool way to replace the creamy sauce. And I've also come up with a cheap way to speed up the tomato layer. I used to spend hours making this tomato sauce to go in between the layers, and you just don't need to. I'm really excited to show you my cheats whole food plant-based lasagna. We're going to start off by making the tomato sauce layer. So like I said, this used to be a really long drawn out process, and now it is just so simple. I'm keeping the tomato flavor really fresh and just chopping up some onion. I think that'll probably do. And I'll do some bits of garlic, just some thin slices of garlic. I'm also going to chop up some mushrooms, again just into slices. And I'm going to chop up some celery into slices as well. So I'm just going to add this to the tomato layer, and when I put it in the oven, it just cooks down. This is the pan that I'm going to put my sauce into. So I'm just going to use a whole tin of crushed tomatoes. Then I'm going to add some mixed herbs just into the tomato sauce. I'm also going to add half a tin of chickpeas to this mix, and some pepper and some salt. Also add a little bit of balsamic vinegar and some vegan Worcestershire sauce. So now I'm just going to mix that in with a spoon. It used to take me ages, like at least an hour to cook this sauce. And then I realized that you can just do it this way and it tastes amazing. So now I'm just going to put a couple of dollops of the onion and garlic, some of the celery as well, sort of a bit like making a pizza, and some mushroom. And now I'm going to chop up some vegetables and put them on top. The first layer that I'm going to slice up is some beautiful eggplant. I'm just going to cut this up fairly finely. I think ideally you probably want about 1 centimeter thick. In the past, I would have cooked these in the oven first, and then I would have put salt and pepper on them. But I found that you don't need to, and it just makes it take way longer. And so I'm here for the speedy version every time. So I might put a tiny bit of salt and pepper on top of this. Done it where I haven't, and it's turned out just fine. So don't overthink it. The next step is to add some of this instant large lasagna. So these are massive sort of sheets of lasagna, and all you have to do is put them on and then cook the whole thing. You don't have to pre-cook them. And so I just break off the corner so that they fit. This is ready for another layer of the tomato sauce. So I'm just going to add another tin of tomatoes. It would probably be better if the eggplant was cut up a bit finer, because then it wouldn't take up quite so much room. Some more balsamic vinegar, some more vegan Worcestershire sauce, mixed herbs. You could use fresh herbs, and the rest of the chickpeas, and some salt and pepper. And then you just mix this up and spread it out. Add the bits of things like mushrooms, onion, garlic, and celery. Basically just rinse and repeat on this level as we did on the first level. Now I'm going to cut up some zucchini for this last layer. Might try and be a bit more consistent with the sizes so that I can fit the rest of the things in, because I kind of shot myself in the foot with that first one. And I'm also going to just chop up a bit of kale to put underneath the zucchini. Put this kale all down. I was thinking that I would put these capsicums in there, but now that I can see where we're up to, I don't think we're going to have enough room, because we're going to put one more layer of the pasta sheets on. Some zucchini on, squish it down. So we'll just pop these sheets on. And now we'll go make the white sauce. I'm going to start by putting some cashews in, half a cup. And I've also got some lemon rind, and then I'll add the next thing. So So you can see that the cashews are ground up nicely, and you can't see the lemon rind anymore either because it's ground out. Now I'm going to add just a bit of nutritional yeast. Add the cauliflower florets. Give these a little blend. I'm going to break up some tofu, firm tofu, and put that into the blender. So you just break it up into bits so that it can blend easily enough. Put some lemon juice. This is a whole lemon. There's just some pips in there. That's why I'm doing it like this. Add a teaspoon of white miso, a teaspoon of mustard, and a bit of a sprinkling of Veggie. And to make it a bit more liquidy, I'm going to add some soy milk as well. It's sort of a bit like cauliflower cheese, except obviously the whole food plant-based version. To pop this on top and spread it out. You've got to make sure the pasta sheets are covered so that they cook down properly. But there's so much liquid in the cauliflower that that will soften them when it cooks. Just a final go of pepper. And I will put some baking paper over the top like that, and then I will put it in the oven. Okay, so this has been in here for an hour, and I'm just going to take off the baking paper. You can see that it catches a little bit in some of the spots. Not too badly. Looks pretty much like it's ready to me. 5 more minutes and then we'll cut it up. Let's get this thing out. Ooh. In the spirit of being super low effort, I just chopped up some vegetables to act as my salad, and now we'll cut this up and serve it. Ooh, yum. Check it out. Oh, that looks so good. I'm very excited about trying it. The layers are all looking really good. Have it a try. I think I probably could have put a bit more soy milk into the top. Hitting all the notes that you want out of bechamel sauce. The tomato layer down the bottom, it's just sort of really fresh and light, but it's also like you can taste the onion and the garlic and the herbs. So I really don't see the point in going to all the trouble making a whole separate tomato sauce to go into the layers when this is so easy and it's delicious. Another day, another mound of vegetables. Give it a try and see you next time.